With over 81 provinces, 1,489 municipalities, and 145 cities throughout the archipelago, each distinct and with circumstances, characteristics, and features that are unique, linking and alignment of national and subnational planning and budgeting process pose as a major challenge. Reinforced by the archipelagic topography, local governments often plan and operate in silos, oblivious of their role in the broader and longer-term vision for the provincial, regional, and national development. Weaknesses in planning and budgeting coordination across all levels of government resulted to disconnect in national and local priorities that translates to segmented local development affecting national growth and the economy. Now, more than ever, there is a need to coordinate and marshal government efforts to address emerging concerns transcending jurisdictions. This is to ensure fulfillment of global commitments for the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, where no one is left behind. Adherence to the Disaster Risk Reduction Framework on Safety and Resilience under the Sendai Framework, and attainment of the long-term vision for the country under the Philippine Development Plan 2017 to 2022, anchored on the Ambition 2040 of every Filipino aspiring for a matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay. Statutory systems and mechanisms in planning and decision-making not being optimized also need to be revitalized, such as broad participatory engagement of stakeholders to include civil society organizations or CSOs through the Local Development Council, link and coherence of local plans and public investments, complementation of provincial and city or municipal plans, and alignment and integration of national and local goals and priorities. Addressing such concerns requires the convergence of efforts and partnerships among national government agencies, local governments, and civil society. Policy interventions. In 2007, the oversight agencies, particularly Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, National Economic Development Authority, or NEDA, Department of Budget and Management, or DBM, and Department of Finance, or DOF, tasked to oversee local governments, collaborated towards the synchronization and harmonization of local development processes, specifically addressing issues on local planning, investment programming, revenue administration, and budgeting and expenditure management. Several tools were introduced to improve the above local development processes, such as Unified Budget Operations Manual, or UBOM by DBM, Local Treasurers Operations Manual, or LPOM by BLGF, Rationalized Planning System to include the Comprehensive Development Plan Guidebook, or CDP Guide by DILG, and Provincial or Local Planning and Expenditure Management, or PLPM by NEDA. In 2016, further improvements were made in planning guidelines through Joint Memorandum Circular 2016-01, which provides for clarified rules of oversight agencies as well as local government units on local public financial management, which includes planning, budget preparation, budget execution, expenditure management, revenue generation, resource mobilization. Instructions to agencies to coordinate their instruments and efforts in the provision of guidance and capacity development to LGUs for the purpose of harmonizing plans and programs not only between provinces and other component LGUs, but also with respect to national plans and programs. Expanded tools and systems available for local governments with respect to public financial management. The JMC also emphasizes key principles in local planning and budgeting that include broad-based inclusive participatory engagement with stakeholders through the local development councils and their sectoral committees, vertical complementation of plans of national government vis-a-vis the province, vis-a-vis constituent cities or municipalities, horizontal link of local plans and budget, supervision over LGUs and shared oversight role with the province, performance monitoring tools for LGUs, operationalizing the JMC, rationalizing local planning and budgeting. Operationalizing JMC 2016 will enforce the requirements of the Rationalized Planning System and is the perfect opportunity to cascade to provinces, cities, and municipalities requirements for national growth and development. Achievement of the Every Filipino Vision anchored on Ambition 2040 espoused under the Philippine Development Plan 2017 to 2022. Adherence to global commitments such as the Sustainable Development Goals and the Sendai Framework on Disaster Risk Reduction and Management. This will also operationalize DILG Special Provision Number 12 under the FY 2017 GAA 2017, which mandates strengthening of local development councils or LDCs as a venue for broad-based participatory planning, that local plans contribute to responsive national priorities and budget. This will be operationalized through the conduct of the following activities: city or municipal participatory prioritization conferences, provincial strategic direction setting conferences, regional workshops for cascading national goals and priorities to local governments. The series of activities are intended to serve as catalyst for greater involvement of LDCs towards the harmonization of plans across all levels of government. These activities also brought in the lessons learned from the bottom-up budgeting or BOB process by providing a window for increased CSO participation, more than that prescribed in the LGC during the planning conferences. Likewise, these activities will enable the provinces to direct the planning of its component cities and municipalities with the end in view of integrating community requirements into their ecosystem-based province-wide plans. At the same time, the province shall have to exercise their oversight role in the preview of plans and budget of their component cities and municipalities for coherence and harmonization. More importantly, this will provide the national government a broad-based information on the needs and priorities of the communities incorporated in the local development investment programs of LGUs that may be supported by the national governments to make sure that local needs and priorities are major consideration in national plans and budget. With these initiatives, the DILG is providing the venue to strengthen LGU roles as active partners of the national government in spurring sustainable local development. With the province exercising their shared oversight function and leading the way in plan and investment programming, facilitating harmonization and linkaging among national and local plans and programs, and harnessing people's participation to identify truly responsive projects and programs, holistic and national development can be achieved. Forging strong coordination within the government, coupled with active people's participation, can help achieve community resiliency to disaster and climate change in the long run. Let each of us do our part and institutionalize a culture of coordination and inclusivity in national and local development processes today so that we can be assured of long-term benefits tomorrow. National and local governments, magkasangga para sa mas malakas, mas matibay at mas maunlad na pamayanan.